Welcome into Steelers Talk Yinzers. I'm your host, Jack Sperry. On today's show, we're going to be discussing the latest slate of news and rumors surrounding the black and gold. And make sure you stick around to the end of today's video where we have a big announcement here for the channel. Can't wait to get into that later on in today's show. But before we get into the news and rumors today, I do want to kind of bring out this new promotion here that we've been promoting here over the last couple of weeks or so. And that's when we get to 29,000 subscribers. We are going to be raffling a Joey Porter Jr. jersey week 1 for our watch party against the San Francisco 49ers. Right now, we've done a pretty nice job. Right now, we're just over 2,000 away. Subscribers away from getting to that goal, and we got 60 days left, so about 2 months to get to that goal. Really do appreciate all the support. Click that subscribe button if you want daily Steelers news and rumors content for free here on YouTube. Right now, let's talk a little bit about our first rumor of the day, which is that former Steelers player Arthur Moats suggests that the Pittsburgh Steelers should sign edge rusher Yannick Ngakoue before the start of training camp here to bolster the Steelers' pass rush. This is what Moats had to say on his YouTube program. When you bring in a Yannick who's a dope pass rusher in his own right, but to me, he is still more so a pass rush specialist than like a true starter guy. With Yannick, you're just talking about the depth. Almost treat Yannick like a slot corner. I only bring you out here when it is an obvious pass situation and I need a fastball. I need a dude that can go out there and win consistently and cook. So my take on Moats' suggestion here is that I would love to have a guy like Yannick Ngakoue as a rotational pass rusher. He hasn't signed yet in NFL free agency, which means that he's probably asking for a little bit more money than teams are willing to give him. But at the end of the day, the Steelers already filled this rotational pass rush role and gave it to Marcus Golden in free agency earlier this offseason. So it doesn't really make sense to add another guy in there, especially when you just drafted Nick Herbig out of the University of Wisconsin in the 4th round of this year's NFL draft, and it seems like he's doing a really great job. David Perales is someone also in minicamp and OTAs that's been really impressive as an undrafted free agent. And then TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, of course, are your 1-2 punch. And that's one of the best pass rushing duos in the National Football League. So personally, I don't think the Steelers need to spend that kind of money on another rotational piece like a Yannick Ngakoue. As good as he is, as consistent as he is as a rotational pass rusher in this league, I just don't think he's going to be a real option here for Omar Khan here as we approach training camp in a couple of days. But now you be the GM here, and you let me know what you guys think. Should the Steelers sign edge rusher Yannick Ngakoue in NFL free agency before the start of training camp? Type S if you would sign him, or type P if you're going to pass on him. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. All right, next topic on today's show centers around rookie tight end Darnell Washington, where the Steelers coaching staff is reportedly going to, quote-unquote, allow him to grow in year 1. And some people are interpreting that as he's not going to play very much in 2023. This is what Alfredo Roberts, the Steelers tight ends coach, had to say about the rookie tight end. It takes a little bit of pressure off Darnell because of what you've got in that room. He's talking about the tight end room. As he comes in, he can come in slowly and be allowed to grow. As he does that, I think he can be a real problem for people to handle. So people are really honing in on that allowed to grow segment there and kind of taking Alfredo's comments out of context. And really, you should not be overreacting to this comment whatsoever. I really believe that Darnell Washington is somebody that's going to have a productive career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's somebody that seems to be approaching his first year in the league the right way. And all Alfredo is saying is that because the Steelers have depth at the tight end position, right? You have Pat Freiermuth, you have Zach Gentry, you still have Connor Hayward as well. You've got a very solid group of tight ends. Washington doesn't have to be a stud for you right away, and he can take his time and really adjusting to NFL life. He's not saying whatsoever that he stinks or that he's going to be a bust here in his rookie season. All that he is saying is that he might take a little bit more time and that he's allowed to have that time because the Steelers have a very nice tight end room, one of the best and deepest in the National Football League in my opinion. I think at the end of the day, 2 to 3 years down the line, Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington are going to be among the most dangerous tight end duos in the National Football League. So coming up here, we got some more Steelers news and rumors to cover for you guys. But first, go ahead and check out this awesome t-shirt combo from our friends at Fanatics at chatsports.com/Steelers combo. If you use our link, they know that we sent you. And let me tell you guys, I absolutely love this t-shirt combo. The black short sleeve with the Steelers helmet on there, and then the white long sleeve is a lot more forgiving for those summer months. I really like the design of the white t-shirt as well. So if you want to get a nice pair of Steelers t-shirts here for the start of the 2023 campaign, go to chatsports.com/Steelers combo to let Fanatics know that we sent you. All right, another topic here that I want to discuss is that The Athletic put out a list of every single team in the National Football League and listed a breakout candidate for all of those teams. And for the Steelers, kind of interesting here, they picked Allen Robinson. Okay, so you trade for Allen Robinson during the offseason this year, formerly with the Chicago Bears and Los Angeles Rams. And Robinson was formerly a number one wide receiver in this league, but over the last couple of years, he's fallen off a little bit. Last year with the Rams, not great quarterback play. Even when Matthew Stafford was healthy, just 3 touchdowns. And then, of course, in 2021, it was that first year of Justin Fields' career with Matt Nagy, just 1 touchdown that year. So before that, he was an excellent wide receiver, 1 in this league consistently. Got up to close to 100 catches and over 1,000 yards. He is somebody that could absolutely have a career revival here in the city of champions, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I think this year he's going to be more of a bigger slot wide receiver for the black and gold. Of course, you got Deontay Johnson and George Pickens as your threats on the outside. And I think that because the Steelers want to really establish a power run game this year, you want a really good run blocker there in the slot. That's what Robinson is going to give you. Apparently, he's already got great chemistry with quarterback Kenny Pickett. And then Calvin Austin III there in the slot as well is a very exciting piece. That's really been showing out in OTAs and minicamp as well. Really excited about this Steelers wide receiver group, but let me know what you guys think about Allen Robinson here in the comments section. Will he boom or will he bust here in his first season as a Pittsburgh Steelers? Tight boom or tight bust down there to let me know. All right, now let's talk about Pro Football Focus, who just put out their newest rankings of the offensive lines in the National Football League, and they ranked the Steelers 12th, which is that's very much improved from where it was last year, up 4 spots from their latest list. And I kind of agree with this. I think that the Steelers last year were about league average, but you add Isaac Seumalo and Broderick Jones, assuming that he starts at left tackle. And I think this is a very, very solid offensive line. It's probably not a top 10 unit, but I really like the additions that they made. Mason Cole and James Daniels had the best years of their careers last year. Chukwuma Okorafor is still pretty solid. Seumalo is one of the most intelligent and most effective guards in the National Football League, in my opinion. That might be my favorite move that Omar Khan made the entirety of the offseason. Then Broderick Jones, I think, is an awesome run blocker that's really going to help the Steelers out in that category. So I think that the O-line in 2022 wasn't that bad. I think a lot of Steelers fans think it was like one of the worst in the National Football League. The numbers simply don't bear that out. It was pretty decent. It's about league average, maybe a little bit below that, but it was far from terrible. But heading into this season, I really like the additions that Omar Khan made, and I cannot wait to see how Kenny Pickett and Najee Harris and the Steelers offense in general does behind that improved offensive line. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's content, but I have one more big announcement here that I want to share with you guys, which is that I am coming to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania here at the end of the month here. I'm going to be in Pittsburgh from July 28th. That's a Friday to July 30th. That is a Sunday. I'm going to be attending some Steelers training camp practices. I think I'm just going on Saturday, July 29th. But then also, that first night that I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm going to the Pirates game at PNC Park. And guess what? Next week on Steelers Talk Live, we are going to be auctioning off a ticket to one lucky subscriber to join me and my girlfriend, Cassie, where we're going to be going to the Pirates game. So if you want to join me in Pittsburgh for that Pirates game, make sure to show up there on Steelers Talk Live next week and get those super chats in. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Really do appreciate all the support. And until next time, here we go, Steelers.